start with diabetes. Some of the more common symptoms include extreme thirst. You just cannot get enough to drink. And unfortunately, those who don't know that they have diabetes tend to want to quench this thirst with like juices and sodas and other sweet drinks just to quench their thirst, when all the while their blood sugar is just going up and up and up. So let's talk about high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. And it is not called the silent killer for nothing. Because there's a lot of people who have elevated blood pressure and don't even know it. And they wouldn't know it because high blood pressure doesn't really have a lot of overt symptoms until you get to those blood pressure readings that are just severely elevated, like headache, dizziness, fatigue, chest pain, and things like that. So I do know there are several people who have severely, like stroke level blood pressure, and they function just fine. They function just fine. So definitely check in with your primary care provider to check your blood pressure. You got to check that too. Blood pressure and all other lab work. That needs to be at least once or twice a year. At least. Because you don't want that blood pressure to sneak up on you. Because it'll sneak up on you and might take you out. And we don't want that. So here's what you can do to keep that blood pressure in check. Of course, reduce your sodium intake. I would say no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. And for some people, they go even lower than that, 1,500 milligrams. That may be a little tough, but it can be done. Okay, so you need to be reading those nutrition facts panel on the food label for sodium content. You get 2,300 for the whole day. How are you going to spend that? Increase potassium-rich foods. Bananas, potatoes, or pretty much any fruit and vegetable is going to be a potassium source. It's just that some fruits, some vegetables have more potassium than others. So if you increase your fruit and vegetable intake, you're automatically increasing your potassium intake. And that'll help with your blood pressure. Now, a lifestyle tip for managing blood pressure would be stress management. Because we all know that excessive stress can elevate your heart rate and your blood pressure. Okay, so daily breathing exercises, yoga, meditation, anything to keep the stress levels down. Now, as for high cholesterol, again, there are no overt signs or symptoms until you get into the area where your cholesterol or lipid panel is just severely elevated. You know, you have blocked arteries, which can cause strokes, heart attacks, leg pain, chest pain. So there are really no signs or symptoms for high cholesterol either. So again, a trip to your primary care provider at least 1 or 2 times a year to get your labs checked. You need to know what your lipid panels looks like. So what's your total cholesterol? What's your LDL, your bad cholesterol? What's your good cholesterol, HDL? What's your VLDL? What's your triglycerides? Do you know those numbers? If you don't, go get your labs checked. Because you need to know how you're doing. Nutrition tips for managing high cholesterol would be to eat more soluble fiber, things like oats, beans, flax seeds, things like that. And that'll help lower the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. And you can also limit your saturated fats like your red meat, your full fat dairy, and totally eliminate trans fats. You don't need them at all. You don't need them at all. All right. And a lifestyle tip for managing high cholesterol would be to get some cardio activity in. Do something that you enjoy doing, as long as it's, increasing your heart rate, because your heart needs exercise too. So cardio would be a great way to keep those that lipid profile in check. It's all in how you manage it and who you have to support you. Right. If you're in Georgia, Alabama, or Tennessee, click the link in the description box and schedule a consultation with me. Thank y'all for watching, and let me know what videos you all want to see in the comment section.